It's Friday, September the 5th, 2014. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and this is episode number 49 of T.E.N, Transport Evolved News for the week beginning September the 1st, 2014. It's official. After months of speculation and a hard-won fight between the states of Nevada, California, New Mexico, Texas and Arizona, Tesla has finally confirmed a site outside Reno, Nevada will be the location of its first massive lithium-ion gigafactory. As you might remember, rumours that Tesla was working on the Reno site began earlier this summer, shortly followed by a confirmation from the Californian automaker that Reno was indeed among one of several potential sites. Until yesterday, however, the site was just one of those several locations being simultaneously developed by Tesla in an attempt to avoid any delays in the building of the 1,000-acre, 50 gigawatt-hour lithium-ion processing facility. With the site now chosen, all Tesla has to do is build the factory and get it up and running in time for the debut of its 2017 Tesla Model 3. So expect Reno to get a rush of new residents as Tesla accelerates development the same way its Model S leaps from 0 to 60. Georgia has become the latest battleground in a seemingly never-ending war between Tesla and auto dealer associations keen to put a halt to Tesla's direct-to-customer sales model. Late last week, the Georgia Automotive Dealers Association petitioned state regulators to revoke Tesla's existing sales licenses within the state, claiming that Tesla improperly obtained its dealer licenses by exploiting a loophole designed for custom car builders who sell less than 150 cars a year. In response, Tesla says it hasn't broken any rules and it seems to be as happy to go to court if needs be as it has been in other states where its sales model have been questioned. In one of the fastest growing electric car markets in the US, however, we think Tesla has a good chance of winning this particular battle. He's one of the most pro-electric car mainstream auto industry executives we've ever seen, has worked for Nissan since 1991, and once famously defended claims that electric cars were dirtier than petrol cars by calling the accusations bullshit. But in a surprise move this week, Nissan's executive vice president Andy Palmer announced he would be leaving the Japanese automaker and heading to become CEO at prestige British automaker Aston Martin. Well, he's had many roles over the years within Nissan, first concentrating on its commercial vehicle segment. Andy Palmer became well known to Nissan Leaf owners for his candour and willingness to discuss electric vehicle policy, design, and, when it happened, problems. We wish Andy all the best in his new role and hope that he manages to sneak some all-electric fun into James Bond's favourite brand. US-based car charging group, owners of the Blink network of public charging stations, announced a switch over this week from charging customers per hour for the electricity they used at charging stations to per kilowatt hour. The switch, only possible in states where it is allowed to resell electricity, means that those with older electric cars with slower onboard chargers will find that using the Blink network to charge their car will now cost less than it once did, since they're now being charged according to the actual electricity they use rather than how long they've been plugged in. Those in states where Blink isn't allowed to charge per kilowatt hour are getting a worse deal, however, with some states like New Jersey prohibiting the real sale of electricity per unit energy. In those states, a price increase in per hour use will mean that electric car owners will end up paying more to recharge, so do check your local state rules before getting too excited. The 2015 Volkswagen Golf GTE, VW's first mass-market plug-in hybrid, had its European launch this week, along with the official German market pricing. At €36,900, including purchase tax, the Golf GTE costs just €2,000 more than its all-electric sibling, the e-Golf. But where the two cars differ is that while the e-Golf is a fabulous, competent all-electric commuter, the GTE has been engineered to give Volkswagen fans a GTI feeling without the poor fuel consumption which comes with that particular car. Capable of 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6.7 seconds, the GTE features a 1.4-litre turbocharged stratified fuel injection engine, married to a 75 kilowatt electric motor and a 6-speed DSG gearbox. I've just got back from a day of driving it in the Swiss Alps, so expect a first drive report early next week. In the meantime, though, we're curious of what you think of its limited 30-mile electric-only range, plus 500-plus miles of total petrol range, plus its electric capabilities, plus the news that it's highly unlikely to make it into the US market. Let us know. Unless you've been under a rock this summer, you'll have heard of the internet sensation that is the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. But have you heard of the all-new EVSE Ice Bucket Challenge? No? We hadn't either, but Californian firm eMotorworks held the inaugural EVSE Ice Bucket Challenge this week by submerging one of its home charging stations in an aquarium of ice-cold water, in a publicity stunt designed to show how watertight and weatherproof it really was. Ooh. As you might expect, the charging station, which was charging a car throughout the process, passed with flying colours, but now the firm has challenged Schneider and Bosch, two of its rivals, to see if their home charging stations are as durable and reliable by filming their own equipment taking the same challenge. We'll let you know if and when they do. FIA-approved race series Formula E might just be a week and a bit away from its inaugural race in Beijing, China, but it's still evolving the Formula E brand to make it an irresistible attraction to race car fans, old and new alike. And from March, if it isn't enough to go and watch the qualifying and races at a city near you, you'll soon be able to also take part in the Formula E Motor Show, a brand new concept designed to get fans into electric and hybrid cars before and after they've watched the Formula E race. Scheduled to run before and after the main race event in each location, the Formula E Motor Show will combine green car advocacy with the latest plug-in cars on the market today, so fans can try out an electric car for the first time after watching the electrifying excitement of the world's biggest electric car race series. Good idea. Nissan's EV200 Avalia electric van might be one of the most practical and versatile commercial electric vehicles on the market today, but as Euro NCAP test results revealed this week, it isn't one of the safest. Undergoing the full suite of European crash tests, the EV200 Avalia, which is suited to life as a zero-emissions 5-seat taxi cab, scored a total of just 3 out of 5 stars. While interior passenger protection was generally good, the EV200 lost out in the magic 5 stars due to its poor crash protection for pedestrians and a very minimal set of advanced safety features. As you might expect, Nissan has remained pretty quiet about the issue, although we note its gasoline NV200 van scored the same in last year, 2013 crash tests, so here's hoping Nissan improves things for a next-generation vehicle, eh? They're popping up all over the world, are a great way to get up close and personal with a super fast electric car, and are causing a bit of a stir among the traditional auto dealer industry. But if you can't make it to a mall-style Tesla store, either because you're too far away from one or you're just too busy, you'll be pleased to know that you can now tour one virtually, courtesy of Google Maps. That's because the Westlake Avenue store in Seattle has just been given the Google Virtual Tour treatment, including a full 360-degree walk-in experience. You can even get inside a Tesla Model S and pretend you're about to buy one. If you're bored, can't get into a real Tesla store, or just like clicking on pretty pictures, it's well worth a visit. Check it out. That's it for this week. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode of T.E.N. And in the meantime, visit www.transportevolved.com for all the Evolved transport news that's fit to print. Subscribe to our channel and other shows on YouTube. And don't forget to join us live in the new Sunday slot at 6 p.m. British time for the relaunched Transport Evolved panel show this weekend, when we'll be discussing these stories and more. I just hope that you'll really join us. Between now and then, I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and stay juiced up!